Now I'm going to ask you, how was it learning Parai as a woman?
Hmm.
Usually, do women learn it? Like, yeah, tell us about your experiences
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have to say that my just to go back for a minute, my dissertation and my book does cover kirtane, and covers the whole Christian. Again, we're dealing with Protestant Christians, dealing with Church of South India, mainline Christian, not dealing at all with evangelicals or charismatic Christianity, really.
Mhm.
So yes, my interest shifts to Parai, and I'm finishing my book. Yet at the same time, I'm applying for a fellowship, another Fulbright fellowship, and I want to make a film. I knew I wanted to make a film, so I got a Fulbright fellowship, and I went to with K.A. Gunasekharan, who's a folklorist, Dr. Gunasekharan. He was at Pondicherry University as the dean of arts there for a long time, and he took me around to several different sites, and we finally decided on a site where he had relatives, which was this Munevendri near Paramagudi. And I really liked this site because it was kind of a Paka village. It was a significant large village, had multiple castes in it, and there was this group of drummers who played for local events and were negotiating. They were becoming professional, yet they were still having to negotiate issues of caste in terms of the respect that they were given or not
Mhm.
within the village by various groups. And so I went. We met with them. They gave me a little lesson. They thought, okay, she can play. So about being female, and I realized that we're celebrating, women in this event. And so what was so interesting is that as a white person or a white passing person, my background is Middle Eastern Armenian. Um, I have privilege, right? As an American, I have privilege. With my relationship to people like Gunasekharan, I had privilege, right? So so they took me on with all of knowing all of these things. But as a female in this context, I still had to negotiate, how I was being treated, not by my teachers, but really by when I would go with them, by the audience. So I learned a lot. I got to a certain level that I could play, and I would go. I went to a funeral with them, and I said, hey, can I play? Can I play? And so we got in front of the tear, I think it's called, right? Um, and I was playing, and some of my teachers were near me, and an older man came up to me and started kind of dancing in front of me. And this is, we have to look at the purpose of these drummers in this kind of funeral context. Their purpose is to entertain, right? And to help particularly the men deal with their emotions really through, many of them drink. I'm not talking about the drummers, but the audience members, they drink to deal with their sorrow. The women do opari, the men drink. And this man came up to me and he started dancing really close to me and almost like trying to touch me. And so this is where it got really, tricky. So my teachers made a kind of an arc around me to protect me. And I could handle this guy, but it was just a matter of their sense of respect. They always refer to me as a ma, right? I'm like, I'm not that old, you know, but they protected me. So this helped me understand their dilemma, that their purpose is to entertain, and it's an economic purpose. It's, there is this spiritual belief that you must play the parai. This is middle caste, and I say village religion. We call it Adi Samyam, village Hinduism. We're not talking about Brahminical urban Hinduism. This is village Hinduism, where there's the drum is used to call the deity, to create possession, trance state. The drum is used to send the soul to Sorghum,
Mhm.
right? Or even to the next reincarnation. That's the belief. the drum is sounded in case the person is not dead. It's so loud that they'll wake up, right? These are the beliefs. So those are the beliefs, but my teachers, you know, their main purpose was to, we would say in English in America, to get the next gig, right? To get called for the next performance, right? So they want to entertain. They want to please their patrons. So if they're having to, you know, within this Tamil situation where men feel that they can just touch any woman, um, they have a dilemma that they have to protect me, right? And so that's not going to be, it's difficult to please their patrons when they're trying to protect me. Or, so this is the reason that they gave, that they didn't teach their own girls how to play, right? So I had this opportunity, you know, but they wouldn't teach their own girls how to play. Now, things are shifting because the drum is being taken out of the ritual context and onto the stage, right? At events like Chennai Sangamam, and Shakti Kalekul plays many, you know, deity festivals, but they always require a raised stage. They no longer play on the ground, right? And they require a proper bathroom and changing area, things like this. So this is the, you know, the issue for women players is how do you protect yourselves in these situations where men are drunk, and you know, and so until that culture changes, this is the challenge for women folk artists.
நல்ல வேளையாக இன்று பெண்களும் கற்றுக்கொள்ளும்படி அது வந்து மேடைக்கு போனது இன்னும் நல்ல நல்ல விஷயம். இன்னைக்கு அமெரிக்காவிலும் நிறைய பெண்கள் they are playing பறை and we are so happy about that.